just woke up, where this is just going to be very low key, you know, nothing fancy here. But I did want to show you, we're going to do a major declutter. It's long overdue. And I'm just tired of the anxiety of having all this stuff and feel bad not using it. So it's time just to put it on the chopping block, get rid of it. I think I'm going to start changing things up a little bit, start doing like shop my stash. I don't know about a project pan. I just have so much stuff that, you know, even after I declutter that I can't see using anything up, but at least a shop my stash, I'll go through more stuff, you rotate things. So, but anyways, but today's video is going to be a major eyeshadow palette declutter. And here in a moment, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff. So your jaw is going to drop, but I've already warned you before that I have a whole lot of palettes, and I'm going to try to be good here as we go and tally everything and then give you, you know, obviously we'll count and see what I'm keeping, what I'm decluttering. And of course, anything I declutter will either go to someone close to me that I know, a shelter if they're willing to take it. You know, I might even sell some things on like Mercari or one of those sites, depending on how, you know, how wanted it is. And then unfortunately, any of that's really old, you know, damaged, you know, just not sellable, I will have to throw away. But you know, we will be mindful of the environment, I promise. Okay, so without further ado, let me show you at least a portion of my eyeshadow collection. I'm gonna have to do this in bits and pieces because I have some stuff in this room, some stuff in my main area, and right now people are still sleeping. So, you know, it's like 7 something in the morning. So, you know, we're early rise and shine and getting to work. So, but I will show you what I have here in my like beauty space, you know, where I record and everything. So without further ado, here is my collection. All right, so this is the stuff that I ended up having to store in, you know, bins here and, you know, containers, storage, because it would not fit. And this is the stuff that I knew I wouldn't reach for as much, but we're definitely gonna be brutal with this stuff because if it's not in my main and I'm not even thinking about it, it's time to go. I will warn you, most likely, I won't declutter any ABH. I'm not going to declutter any Melt. I'm not going to declutter Pat McGrath, of course, Natasha Denona. Those are the main ones. And then Viseart, you know, like all my top brands, Cindy Grace. Those ones I can just tell you right now. Charlotte Tilbury, I won't be decluttering any of those. But any of these other random brands, you know, those are going to go. And I might just keep like 1 or 2 palettes, like my favorite palettes from, you know, just to have at least a palette from the brand. But we will see as we go. So that is just a portion of it. And here I'll show you the other portion as well. And then we'll start going to town here. All right, so here is some more. I've got some in this 9-drawer Alex. So we've got some more Melt and other. So these are the ones that I knew I'd want to reach for more. Oh, and Sigma's another one I will not be getting rid of. Again, this is just a quick view and it will lay everything out and you'll be able to see it better. But BH Cosmetics, just have a bunch of random stuff in here, but a lot of BH Cosmetics. And then this top one is all ColourPop. And that's not even all the ColourPop because some of it's in the containers I just showed you. So there's ColourPop. And then of course I have my display ones here. None of those are going, I can tell you that right now. We have more display over here. None of those are going, but this is a mix of some face palettes and some eyeshadow palettes in the back that I just couldn't, they're big and I just couldn't fit them in. So no, I'm sure none of those are going. And then down here are my indie shadows and some other, like my higher end that I couldn't display. So I have Cindy Grace in there, Pat McGrath, I have some Lorac. Yeah, and I'm sure I have Charlotte Tilbury, even got some ABH in there. Natasha, of course, she's in there. I have my indie brand. These are all my single shadows. Just insane. Those are all just single shadows. And then I do have a couple palettes like that one. Yeah. But yeah, most of those are just single shadows that I never wear. So sad. Such a shame. And then some more indie brand. And I can tell you a lot of the indie brand probably are not going to go either. I love indie brands. They're amazing. So yeah, so a lot of those probably are not going to go either. But that is majority of it, and then I'll throw in some clips of my other room here in a moment. You'll never know that it's a separate clip, but I'll show you the rest of the collection in my other room, like my primary stuff and like stuff that I'm still trying, doing videos on. That kind of stuff is all separate, so you'll see that in a minute. All right, we're gonna hope this is at a decent angle here, but I'm gonna start just laying out the palettes here so you can see just how crazy this is. But again, we're gonna do it in stacks, like different parts, because it's just too many to lay out all at once. So here we go. So we're gonna start here because that's a lot. That's a lot, and yeah. Whew, okay, so there was a point, this is Zoeva Spice of Life palette. There was a point that I did like Zoeva, but that was really before I knew a lot about eyeshadows. So most of these are going to go. I might keep one or two because there are a couple that I do like the color story. This one's Spice of Life. I'm more into like neutral to cool to neutral warm, like, you know, just on the border of neutral to warm. I don't like really, really warm shadows. I just don't think they look that good on me. So that one's going to be decluttered. And my declutter pile I'm going to put way over here. You can't really see it, but I'll show you at the end as we go. And then my keep pile I'll like put over back here somewhere so they're separated. This is a brand that's no longer Blush Tribe. The Fall Fusion. Because they are no longer, I'm going to keep this. I'm also going to have like a sentimental palette pile too, because there are some that like are either really old or maybe not color stories that I'm going to use much, but they do still have some kind of meaning, or some, you know, might be a point where I just want to, you know, use it or show it up against something else. So I'm going to have a sentimental palette pile as well. So this is going to go into the sentimental one since it is no longer available. All right, this is Beauty Bay, nude. I do like nudes, but I feel like this is all just so similar. Like it looks the same. Like there's just not enough of a gradient. It's okay. And I do like neutral. So because I don't have a whole lot of Beauty Bay, I'm going to put this in the maybe and then just see what I end up having for Beauty Bay, because I at least want to keep like, you know, a couple of Beauty Bay. I mean, it's okay, but it still doesn't like compare to some of my other brands. They do have some pretty color stories though. There's a palette you'll see eventually. I don't think it's in this group, but the Wilderness palette is really pretty, but it's just not one I would wear. But yeah, so they're not bad, but just not one I'm as excited about. So I guess I'll have a separate pile too of maybe. So I'm gonna have like 4 different piles. So we'll see how this goes. I have this by Ruby May, the Peppermint Mocha palette. It's actually really cute. I am going to keep this one because I don't have a lot by Ruby May, but this is actually really good quality. These shimmers, I was really, really surprised that I liked, so I'm going to keep that one. All right, this is a brand I found out about a little while ago, the Beauty Crop. Actually, surprisingly, these palettes are really good. Now, this one I'll probably get rid of because it's really, really warm tone. This is the Sun Gazing palette. So this one I'll probably get rid of, but I do have another 1 or 2 that I like that are more my color story. But yeah, this is just too bronzy and way too warm toned for me. And unfortunately, I do have pressed glitter, so depending on how you feel about that, it might keep you from doing that, but it's okay, just not a favorite. All right, I'll tell you right now, I'm keeping this one. My name is Coralie. You know, you should know that hopefully by now, but AO Coralie, this is, who is this by? Oh yeah, this is a Beauty Bay. It was in collaboration with somebody. Sorry, I don't know who this person is, but I just saw my name and I was like, oh, I'm keeping that. Now, not a color story I'm gonna wear, of course, but just because it has my name, this is going into the Sentimental palette. All right, Violet Voss. I really like Violet Voss. I don't hear them talked about very much. But yeah, it's a brand that I really, really like. This is the Rainbow eyeshadow palette. Now this one I probably will declutter just because I'm really not into those colors. Now I love purples, you know, I love that. And the only light color it has is this pearl. And if I'm going to wear shimmers, I usually wear like lighter shimmers, not darker shimmers. So this one's going to go in the declutter. I have Ace Beauté, Paradise Fallen. This is the original formula. You can tell because the packaging is thinner. But I'm definitely keeping this. I love purples. So yeah, this is a keep. But I do like their, the reformulation is actually really, really nice. I didn't really have a whole lot of problem with the old one. I mean, I think I had to build the mats a little bit more, but I really didn't have a problem with their older formulation. But yeah, love this palette. Another Violet Voss. This is the Violet Sunset palette. Now I'm going to keep this one. Even though it's a little bit warm toned, I still love these like pinky shades and purple. Yeah, those are like my tones. Like I like that. It's a little bit warm, but not too warm. So that's a keep. All right, BH Cosmetics Opalescent palette. This one, I'm gonna keep in the maybe. I mean, it's nice and all, but I like smaller palettes. I mean, we will see. I'll keep a few bigger palettes, but overall, I like smaller palettes, and a lot of this just looks all the same. Like I like neutral palettes, but I kind of like neutrals with pops of colors or with more variation, so you can get more looks. This one, the formula is fine. I like the formula, but it's just not necessarily my favorite palette. So this will go in the maybe. We'll think about it. All right, Ace Beauté, I have the Flare palette. This one's really, really pretty. For some reason, I just can't get myself to get rid of this one. It's just so pretty. And like if I do want to pop a color, I just love kind of this like grungy, like even though they're like deep colors, they're a little bit grungy and a little bit muted, you know what I mean? And for this time of the year, for fall, this is like a beautiful palette for fall. The quality is there, and again, this is the original formula. You can tell the slimmer palette packaging, but yeah, so that's a keep. I like that. Sorry, this is going to be somewhat brutal, but not like as brutal as it should be. I'm just going to warn you with that. So I have the Hip Dot. This one is C-Note, I guess is how you say it. It's pretty, but it's not what I'm going to reach for. Like I have other ones that have like pops of blue and that kind of thing that I'm going to reach for before I reach for this. So this one's going to go in Declutter. All right, another Beauty Crop. This one's a Stargazing palette. Now this is one I'm going to keep. I think these tones are so pretty, and I love like this color right here is so pretty, like these up here. Again, I'm not really into glitters, but I do like this color story. I think it's really, really pretty. And actually it's a pretty decent formula. So, but yeah, this is an indie brand. So, all right, I have Sephora, the Wonderful Wishes palette. This is one that I got like last year for their, during their Christmas sale or whatever, during that time. This one I'm going to put in the maybe. I just need to see. I feel like I used it once, but I don't remember my thoughts on it because it's been a minute. But now looking at it, like the color story, that's definitely me. So I'm going to just see how I feel about that, put that in the maybe palette, and then decide later. Because I do like Sephora's palettes, actually, surprisingly. So this one here is Alien Cosmetics. They're now called Unearthly Cosmetics, but this is the Spooky Glam palette. And again, this is just one that for some reason I just want to hold on to it. I know it's got some brighter tones in there, but yeah, for some reason, like these metallics up here really, really like. And like again, if I want to go for a little bit warmer, like definitely this time of year, this is like perfect. But this color here is really, really pretty. Yeah, and it has a black in there. So yeah, so I actually do like this palette, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. All right. Sorry, this might not be taken well, but I'm not a fan of Ofra Cosmetics. I like their lip products, but their lip products and their highlighters, of course, but their eyeshadows I'm not a fan of. I just don't care much for them. This one is the Signature Palette Exquisite Eyes is what it's called. But this one I'm going to declutter. I have plenty of people that I know that would like this kind of like just basic palette. I love the size of it. I love, you know what I mean? I want to really love it, but I'm just not a fan. I have so many better eyeshadows. I will say though, there are a couple, like the one with Samantha March, that is a collab. I will keep that because, you know, the collab and somebody I like. So I will keep those palettes, but majority of the Ofra you're going to see go. This one here is Beauty Bakery. Proof is in the Pudding palette. I was actually surprised. This actually performed really, really well. And this would be a really nice palette for this time of year as well, for fall. So yeah, I don't have very many Beauty Bakery. I think this might be the only one, so I'm going to keep this. And I just think it's cute. I just like the packaging and everything. I just think it's adorable, so I'm keeping that. All right, now this one here, Tartelette Toasted. Didn't use it much, as you can see. I guess I got it and I didn't understand all the hype necessarily, but there is something about it that I just want to keep. It's just OG. And I am starting to get back into Tarte a little bit more lately. I don't know what it is, but I got their Man Eater After Dark, I think it's called, that came out recently. I did just get that palette, and so I do want to just see, you know, how I feel about this. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But I am going to keep this for now. I might just keep it in Sentimental, and then, you know, that's where it's going to be, I think, because I don't really wear it, but I want to keep it. Now this is a brand I'm not really fond of. Peachy Queen. They had a sale, and I should have known when all there was stuff was like marked off like 60–70%. I mean, it was like literally like dirt cheap. I should have known that it was that way for a reason. Now this one, what is it, a California palette or something? I don't even feel like it has the name on there. Anyways, I'm guessing the C for, I don't know, whatever. Oh, there it is. Mile High palette. I don't know. The quality is not there. I'm very sad, but I might keep one of them just for reference. I'm going to put this like in the maybe pile just because I'm not sure which one I want to keep, just to have, like, I don't know, I just have a thing where I want to have one from, oh, this might be Colorado because my other palette's California. Anyways, so I like the concept. I think it's kind of cool and cute, but like it just doesn't perform well. I was just very disappointed. So I swatched them, and I was doing like a swatch party of just like, you know, I don't know, I'm that weird geeky makeup person. I love swatches, and I'll just sit there sometimes when I've got nothing else to do, and I'm just looking, not that that's very often, but I'll just look through my palettes and just start swatching ones. And so yeah, so that is me. So I did like a whole bunch of swatches and just like, you know, took pictures of all of them, and just swatching these, I was so disappointed. I don't know. So here's another one. This is the California one, California Republic. Yeah, but yeah, again, I mean, they're cool looking. It's cool with that swirl. This one, it does have a glitter, but yeah, the formula, it's just not good. It's sad. So again, yeah, this will go in the maybe, so I can decide which one of these palettes I want to keep, just for reference, or which one just catches my eye the most, but definitely not keeping it for the formula. We'll tell you that right now. All right, Huda Beauty, the Nude Rich palette. I am going to keep this. All of these like type of palettes like this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the ones that are like in plastic like this, I will be keeping all of these. I do like Huda Beauty. I like her formula. All right, this is a little Makeup Revolution, I Heart Revolution, one of those Revolution brands. Actually, some of these are pretty good quality, but I'm like, I just don't know why I have all of these. I'm trying to think of why I even bought them, but this one is the Hazelnut Cream. I think it's supposed to say Hazelnut Cream palette. I might keep this one just because I really do like the tones and I like these smaller palettes, but I will be getting rid of at least a few of these. So actually, I think I'll put this in the maybe and then just decide which of these I want to keep. So, and then this is another one. This one is the Rose Gold Chocolate palette. You know, a lot of these are dupes for like, who is it, Too Faced? Yeah, so this one's actually really pretty too. So I'm going to put that in the maybe, and then just again decide which of those I want to keep. But I do think formula's pretty decent. Oh, this one's a face palette. Oops, sorry. Put that aside. Not doing face palettes right now. Yeah, sorry. We'll probably see. I did have some other stuff stored away in these bins, so you might just randomly see one here and there. So just a heads up on that. Another Huda Beauty. This one is the Haze Khaki palette. I actually think this one's really pretty. I know these were not like the best quality of hers. I remember these came out maybe 2 years ago now. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, but this one, I love the color story. I think that's so pretty, that like muted. See, now if I'm going to do like a warm, that's kind of that muted warm color story that I like. So yeah, so I'm going to keep that. There's another I Heart Revolution. I don't know. I guess I was on a I don't know, binge of I Heart Revolution, but this is the Mini Tasty Avocado palette. I mean, it's cute, but again, I'm going to put it in that maybe palette pile and then just decide again which of these I want to keep. It's cute though. I love avocados, and it's a cute little palette, but yeah, we'll see. BH Cosmetics, I have the Emerald palette for May. These were like the monthly, what are they called? I don't know, birthstone palettes or birth palettes, whatever. And then, so this one, yeah, is like you see mostly green, but I do like this one because even though it's green, it's got some other colors in there too. It's not just all green. So I actually am going to keep this one. And I remember Angie Niquivist, or however you say her name, I think she bought all the palettes, all these birthstone palettes. So if you want to see them in, you know, like use or like, you know, comparison or whatever, definitely check out her channel. But yeah, so I just grabbed a few that the color stories caught my attention. But this is the aquamarine for March, and some of them I bought for specific, like my daughter's and my son's birthdays are in March. So again, some of this was sentimental, so I didn't even use this one. As you see, this is not a color story I'm going to gravitate to, but I'm again going to keep this in the sentimental just because, again, the birthday. I'm weird. I'm a goofy, like, sentimental person in that sense. It's weird. but yeah, so we're going to keep that. I have Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn. I think this palette is so pretty, and yeah, this is definitely one I need to bring out for this time of year. Now again, it's very warm. But again, there's just something, the fact that like these blues in there, this green is really, really pretty. And again, like this, I don't know, that burnt sienna orange kind of color. I don't know. It's just something about the color story that speaks to me. And again, this is in the original formula, the thin packaging. So I'm going to keep that. I do like Ace Beauté. I'm probably going to keep most of their palettes, if not all. So, oh, another Violet Voss. This is the Vibes Matte Eyeshadow palette. I'm going to keep this in the maybe. I mean, I do really like Violet Voss, but again, these are all warm. There's like not enough variation. If they had done a couple of like lighter tones in there, like more of like transition shades, these are all so dark though. That was my only gripe with this. You really only have that, like for me, for a transition, that's probably the only one I'd be able to get away with. The rest of these are just too dark. So I don't know. So this will be in the maybe and we'll see. I mean, I really do like Violet Voss, but that's just not a favorite for me. Oh, another Tartelette in Bloom. This one, it's hard to tell I used it, but I did use it a lot at first because I got this a few years ago. But yeah, I do like this one. This is more of my color story, so I'm definitely keeping this one and going to keep it in my like actually used pile. So I do actually like this. Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. I don't have like all of these little palettes like this, but I did keep the ones, or I do have the ones that I really like the color story. So this one I really do like, so I'm going to definitely keep this one. Very pretty mauve tones. All right, we have some more Hip Dot here. This is a SpongeBob palette. Actually kind of cute. I don't know what it is about this, but again, there's like certain little things I have memories of. Like I remember when my son was small, and I don't know, for some reason, I know it wasn't appropriate for him, but he was too little to understand what they were saying or what it meant anyways. And I actually love SpongeBob. I know, I'm one of those goofy adults that loves SpongeBob. But yeah, so I'm keeping this, but I'm probably going to keep it sentimental because it's not one I'm going to use and wear. But I should, oh yeah, and that's right, I was trying to remember. I'm like, there's some weird thing. Yeah, you can set this up, so it's kind of cool, the mechanism. But yeah, this has like a little thing here to keep it from falling over. So yeah, you can actually like set this down here, see if you can see that in there. But yeah, and then that way you can prop up your mirror and actually do your makeup. That's kind of cool. I mean, it makes the packaging a little bit thick and, you know, whatever, bulky, but it's kind of a cool little concept. Kind of cute. So that'll be my sentimental. All right, I have Pure here. This is the Creator. I think I put a mix of stuff in here. So for now, I'm going to keep this because I have to figure out these. I think these are ABH, if I remember correctly. But this magnet, ooh, I can't even get some. Oh, that's right. I depotted some things. That's what it was. I think some of these are ABH. Some of these are like BH Cosmetics or something. So I'm going to go through this and figure out what of this I want to keep. But these are just some, it had like a little thing in here that held all this together. But yeah, I'm not really crazy about Pure Cosmetics, like their, you know, I don't know, formula, whatever. But I'm going to see if there's any of these that are worth keeping and any of these blushes that are worth keeping. Highlighter, you know, I don't know. I'm sure I'm not going to keep the bronzer, but so I'm going to keep this momentarily, put this in the maybe pile just so I can revisit it and figure out what of this I'm going to keep and get rid of. So, oops, sorry, that was really loud. There you go. All right, so again, ABH I'm going to keep. This is the Coralie Bible palette. Didn't really use it. Again, I think this was at a point where I was just kind of collecting stuff, like really like into collecting. Like I wanted every palette of every, it was a mess. So honestly, I don't think I ever really even got to wearing this. But I do know that I like the formula, and this color story is pretty. And like I already explained, I'm keeping ABH, so that's just to keep. So, all right, we have another Makeup Revolution. This is actually Revolution. It's called the Courage Wild Animal palette.
This one I actually really like. I think this is one of my favorite of their palettes. I don't know what it was supposed to dupe, but it's really pretty. I guess it kind of reminds me of Tarte for some reason, like with the imprints on it, you know, like their man-eater palette. I don't know. So I don't know if it's supposed to be duped for that. I don't know. But I actually do really like this palette. And the packaging's actually pretty decent, pretty nice. But yeah, there's something about it that I like and I'm keeping it. So there you go. How do people do this for very long? I don't know. All right, this is a random one. I think I got in like a box subscription. It is Style London Velvet Touch Hypnotic Eyes eyeshadow palette. Actually really cute, and it reminds me a lot of like Huda Beauty, like just the size and format. But yeah, I actually like this palette. I don't wear it much, obviously. It's a little bit warmer, but these shimmers really aren't bad. But it's a decent little palette. And so again, the only thing I have from that brand, so I'm going to keep this. All right, Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. This is the Meadow palette. This is one that Raw Beauty Christie made me buy like maybe 2-3 years ago now. I can't remember when that was, but she did a review on it and I was like, ooh. I'm not that big of a fan of it. It's okay, but the color story doesn't really speak to me. Formula's not that great. Again, I just have so many palettes and so many good formulas that I'm like, yeah, no. So I think I'm going to keep this maybe in the Sentimental, just because it's the only thing I have from them. After this, I wasn't all that thrilled to ever try anything else, so I didn't ever buy anything else from them. So I think I will keep it Sentimental because it is the only palette I have from that brand. All right, we have Wander Beauty. This is the Getaway. Oh, this is Eye and Face. Oh, okay, this is a combo one. Actually, these metallics are really nice. I have to say it's kind of a nice, you know, all in one. And even like this shade here, I think I remember trying to use it as a bronzer and it actually worked pretty well. I mean, it's kind of tiny to get your brush into, but if you can get it to work, it actually kind of worked as an all-in-one palette. So I actually am going to keep this. I like Wander Beauty, so. All right, Vizier, definitely keeping this. This is the Bridal Satin palette. I remember this being on sale at Sephora at some point. But I really like Vizier's formula, and it's just a nice satin palette to have. So, definitely keeping that. Oh yeah, this is one I'd forgotten about for a while. Copacetic Cosmetics. This is one of the original palettes I bought from them. This is the Frozen Treat palette. They're just cute. Their little concepts are cute. So I'm going to keep this. I like this company. I like this brand. It's an indie brand, of course. This is a really flaky shadow, but it's really cool. But yeah, it's just such a cute little palette. So I'm definitely keeping that. All right, another BH Cosmetics Birthstone palette, I guess is what they're called. This is the Peridot of for August. It's okay. There's not really a color story that I'm going to gravitate to, so I don't have any other like, you know, reason to keep this, no sentimental reason, anything like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this one. All right, this is one I got from beauty subscription, Lovecraft Beauty. This is the, does it say? It just says Lovecraft Beauty eyeshadow palette. Maybe the Sun, I think. I don't know what you want to call it. This actually is really good quality. I couldn't believe it. I swatched this and then I wore it the one time. I'm like, oh, I couldn't believe, like these tones. I love these tones. Those are like my tone of eyeshadow. And then that brown, I mean, yeah, they just all worked really well together. And then this kind of changed the look, the whole vibe of the look. So yeah, I actually really like this. So that was a keep in case you didn't get that. And then this one I actually got because of that one. Lovecraft Beauty, again, then maybe the butterfly or some other kind of, I don't know what it's actually called. But this one I really like. It's a really pretty like cool tone palette. Something about those tones, I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, and that's just a really nice like satin shade. Really pretty. Now the white, I'm not going to use too much, but I like that it does have a white and black so you can lighten or deepen the look, however, you know, whatever direction you want to take it. But yeah, but I just thought it was really pretty, and this color here is really pretty. But those are like satin shades, but yeah, I'm keeping this. Oh, Midas Cosmetics, I think. Didn't they recently go out of business? I think they did. But this is the Smoky Glow. This was in collab with, what's her name? Anyways, I forget what her name was, sorry. Anyways, but yeah, it's a pretty palette. Again, just because it's a collab and somebody I did watch for a little bit there. I don't really watch her stuff a whole lot. Maybe Smoky Glow, is that her name? Maybe? Okay, sorry. Anyways, but yeah, I do like some of these shades. Some of these pinks and red, you know, those are a little too bright for me, but some of these other shades are actually really pretty that I would wear. And then of course the, you know, metallic satin shades I like. So I'm going to keep this. I might eventually, it might go into my sentimental because I don't know if I'm really going to wear it. But I do like the brand. I do like the, you know, creator that they collabed with. So, all right, I have Beauty Creations, the Cali Chic palette. I want to say maybe this came in a subscription box or something too. It's pretty, nice tone. This is actually really nice for like that summer into fall transition time. Really, really pretty colors. I think it's the only thing I have from Beauty Creations, so I'm going to keep this. I might just put it in my sentimental because I'm probably really not going to wear it. But again, it's just one of those that I want to keep one from the brand kind of thing. So I think we'll do that. Another Ace Beauté, I have the Scarlet Dusk palette. This came in a boxy charm or one of those, I think. But yeah, it's really pretty, just not a color story that I'm really going to gravitate to. I mean, I like some of these lighter tones, but some of these deeper tones, like that's just too bright for me. That's just not one that I'm going to wear. But I'm going to keep it because it's Ace Beauté and I do like the formula. All right, some Ofra Cosmetics. This one is the Secret Garden palette. I think they had a sale, I don't know, maybe last year or so, spring of last year, whatever. So I kind of went crazy and bought a lot of their stuff. Now I love their highlighters, but I'm sure this is the color I have. Otherwise, I'm not crazy about any of these other colors. And yeah, I'm just not crazy about the formula overall, so I'm going to declutter this one. And then another Ofra one, this is the new Solstice palette. Now this has more of the tones that I like, but again, still not a formula that I'm crazy about. So I might keep this in the maybe, just see if there's any of these I want to work with and just check, make sure I have the highlighter. I'm pretty sure I do. I pretty much have all of those highlighters, but yeah, so this would be in the maybe, just decide if there's any of them I want to depot. That is the one nice thing, these palettes, you can remove the shadows and, you know, reconfigure them. So that's kind of cool. This is a little Revolution XX, like that other sub-brand of Revolution. I don't know how many brands they have, but I don't know, this just caught my eye. It's just a cute little quad. I was like, ooh, that's so pretty. And it was on sale, of course. So yeah, this one I'm actually going to keep because this shade here is actually pretty. It kind of has like a little bit of a shift in it. I don't know if you can really tell in there, but it's really, really pretty. So I am actually going to keep this one because I love how, you know, slim and small it is. A little bit like bulky this direction, but it's very small. Good compact little one to take with you, and it's pretty sturdy. So like, you know, you don't feel like you have to worry about being really gentle with it. So I'm going to keep that one. All right, another Ofra one here. Like I said, unless it's one that is a collab, I'm decluttering all of them. This one is a collab. This is Samantha March's Life's a Draft palette. So I am going to keep this one. Again, it's nothing against her because I love Samantha March, but I just don't think their formula is up to par, like compared to some of the other ones I have. So it's okay, but I'm definitely going to keep this one. I'm going to keep it in my sentimental because I'm not going to use it, but I do like Samantha March, one of my favorite creators, and I do still watch her. So, all right, this one's ABH Norvina. This is a mini, like one of their mini palettes from the volume 1, so they're condensed. I'm going to declutter this one. I don't know even why I got it. I guess I wanted to collect all the ABH Norvina at some point, but I'm not even into that color story. Nothing I'm ever going to wear. And these two shadows here, I'm sure I have a million times over in other palettes, so I'm decluttering that. All right, another BH Cosmetics. Their Birthstone palettes or whatever they're called. This is the diamond one for April. I am going to keep this one because this is a color story I really don't have a lot of. Like, I don't have a lot of this like icy color. And then it's kind of cool that you have this to kind of offset some of that just really stark iciness. That sounds weird, but so I do like this one, so I'm going to keep this one. Another Revolution XX. This is the Experience palette. I'm going to put this one in the maybe. Again, I do like these like shimmer satin shades, whatever formula they are. These though I don't really wear, wouldn't really wear, because I feel like that one wouldn't really show up, and then that one's just too vibrant for me. So I'm going to put that in the maybe and we'll see. Alright, I do have some of these small like Too Faced tin palettes. This one is Shake Your Pom Poms. This one I am going to keep because I really like that color story. Like, that's really pretty. Like, that's definitely my perfect like transition color. These satin shades are colors that I really like, and it still has a dark one to deepen up the look. I think it's just a nice little compact palette, so I'm going to keep that one. I do like that one. All right, another I Heart Revolution. This is the Pistachio Cream palette. Actually, it's pretty cute, but again, it's really, really warm, and I'm sure I have plenty of these shadows time and time again, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm keeping all 3 of these for nostalgic purposes. I love the 80s. That was my childhood in a nutshell. Love the music, love just the time frame that I grew up in. Not a color story that I'm going to wear, but I'm definitely keeping this for sentimental. I pretty much just got it for that reason. So knowing that I really wouldn't wear it, so definitely keeping that in my sentimental. That's not going anywhere. Then we have the 90s remix dance, whatever. Definitely keeping this one too. Again, sentimental reasons. Not really a color story I would go to. Actually, this first row though is really pretty. And I might even do some, yeah. So this one's, I mean, it's pretty, but not when I got to really wear. I know that sounds weird, but I got it because of the nostalgia with the 90s. 90s, that's my era. That's my teenage, early 20s. And I love the 90s. I'm all about the 90s. Love the culture. Love the music, especially music. But yeah, love the 90s. One of my favorite times. And then 2000s was pretty good too. But again, just because I had the other ones, I'm like, oh, I have to get this one too. Now this one's really pretty to me. Now this one I could see wearing a lot of those. Like, I think that's really, really pretty. So, but yeah, but it's still going to go in my sentimental. So, I mean, I have plenty of those colors in other palettes types, you know. So, but yeah, that's staying though. All right, BH Cosmetics again. I think when I got some of those other ones, they were having sales, so I, picked up a lot of these. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Just not a color story I'm going to reach for. I have pinks and purples and other palettes that I'm more likely to reach for, so I'm going to declutter that one. Violet Voss Coral Crush. Pretty palette, but again, these just aren't colors that I'm going to gravitate to. They're just too bright and too just bold for me. I'm a neutral squirrel. I can't help it. Neutrals with a pop of color. I mean, there are some neutrals in here, but I have so many neutrals, so many palettes that just not one of my favorites. I mean, not bad formula, just not a favorite color story. So declutter that one. KKW. Some of these have seen better days. It's just the classic eyeshadow palette. I am going to keep this one. Yeah, I think something else broke in around it, so I'm gonna keep this one just because I don't have a lot of KKW, and I do like that it's just a nice neutral palette, so we'll keep that one. All right, Shroud Cosmetics, we have the Arcana palette. This one, even though like it's not one I'm gonna really wear a lot, it's just something about it. It's so grungy and so like, ooh, like just mysterious. I don't know, but I do like their I think it's a decent formula. I don't think it's one of my favorite as far as indie brands, but something about color story is just unique to me and speaks to me, so I'm going to keep that one. All right, BH Cosmetics. This is the Sylvia Gani Beauty, I don't know how you say it, palette. As you see, I got it at TJ Maxx on sale. I didn't even wear it. Yeah, I think it's time to get rid of this one. Didn't even wear it. I have plenty of other BH Cosmetics palettes that I like, so... Another Beauty Crop one, the Dawn Gazing palette. This one I actually really do like, even though there's a lot of darker tones. I think mixing this with that light, like cool tone one, it's really, really pretty. And these satin shades are actually really pretty. Mattes perform well, so I'm going to keep this one. All right, another ABH Norvina mini one. Going to get rid of this. Again, I'm not really sure why I got it, but that's just not even a color story I'm going to gravitate towards. There's literally maybe 2 shades out of this entire thing that I would wear. So time to go. All right, another Too Faced little mini tin one, the Salted Caramel. Again, just a really pretty color story that I like. So I'm going to keep this one. And then we have the Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum palette. Again, just really like these little mini ones. So I'm going to keep this one too. Another one here. This is the Tickled Peach. Again, just really pretty. I just like these little... I think they're so cute. So cute. So I'm going to keep that one. Ooh, another 80s palette. This is Pinky Rose Cosmetics, an indie brand. This one, again, I'm not going to really wear it, but I am going to keep this one for the nostalgia, the 80s. Again, just can't help it. Can't help myself, so I'm going to keep that one in my sentimental pile. Another Ofra. This one is a signature palette in Sweet Dreams. Again, it's pretty. But I'm just not crazy about their formula. So, and I know I have that color. I'm sure it is Pillow Talk. Yeah, I definitely have that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I have Huda Beauty Chocolate Brown. Really pretty. It's really dark. So one I wouldn't gravitate to normally, but I can, like, you know, use some of these mixed with other colors. But really pretty, definitely keeping that. Another Hip Dot. This is the Face by Kareem palette. I actually really like this palette. I think it's mostly mattes, yeah. But these mattes are really, really pretty, perform well. So I am definitely going to keep this one. Yep. Sorry, trying to stay in frame. I apologize if I'm not. Let's see. Oh, gotta move again a little bit here. Another Ace Beauté. This is Nostalgia palette. Again, even though I'm not really going to wear a lot of these colors, there's just something about Ace Beauté that I really, really like. And so I'm probably going to keep all of their palettes. So I think I'm going to keep it. Oh, look at this one. It's still even in the packaging. It's a Tim Burton Night Before Christmas palette, but I'm trying to, oh, ColourPop. Yeah, there it says ColourPop. Yep. So I got this one, again, for nostalgia reasons. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's pretty. I remember I used a couple, I don't know why I feel like I used the bright one for some reason, but I'm like, that doesn't sound like me. But it's just cute. There's something about it that I just think is really cute, and it's that nice. It's really sturdy packaging, really cute packaging. So I think I'm going to keep this in the nostalgia, because I'm not, you know, sentimental one, because I'm not going to really wear it, but I just think it's really cute. All right, this is a brand that I found online. I think it's been a couple years now, made by Mitchell. I was actually really surprised. His palettes are pretty nice. And this one is, let's see if it tells what it is inside here. Oh, Head in the Clouds, I guess is this one. This one is a little bit bright for me. Oh, sorry, make sure I'm in frame there. This is a little bit bright for me, but I don't know. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I have another one that's actually more of my color story, or just more like, you know, my style. This purple's pretty, but again, I mean, I have purple over, like those two colors are pretty, but I have those colors over and over again. I'm sure I can find another peachy color, you know, so like nothing special about it. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one, and then there's another one that's like this that I'm going to keep. All right, bring some of these down where I can actually reach them. Okay, another Too Faced. This is the Gingerbread Spice palette. I just think it's cute, adorable, so I'm going to keep that one. Viseart, this is the, I think it's the Dark Neutral Matte Eyeshadow palette. This is in the older packaging before they, you know, came up with a smaller. I wish I had waited and gotten the smaller one though, but I still got this like for very, very inexpensive, I think off of BoxyCharm, one of their sales. Yeah, so, but I'm definitely keeping that because I really like their formula. Revolution, this is their Forever Flawless in Birds of Paradise. I think it's cute, just like the concept. Yeah, so it's really cute. But I'm going to put this in the maybe, because this was before I had a lot of shadows, before I had a lot of colorful shadows. So I'm probably going to get rid of that, but I do like the packaging. That was really cute. So we'll see. Come back to that. We have Black, what is this called? Black Moon Cosmetics, maybe? Black Metal Volume 1. If I'm completely honest, I never even used this. I saw Lauren May Beauty review this a couple years ago, I think it was, and bought this and a couple other things, and I'm like, it's really dark. I don't know if it's something I'm really going to use. I'm going to put it in the maybe and come back to it, and like I said, just because it is a brand I don't have a lot from, I'm just going to revisit and just see which one I want to keep. All right, another Zoeva. This is the Caramel Melange palette. I think this is the one that I was thinking about keeping. There's this one, and I think the Cocoa something. If I keep any of them, it'll be one of those two. So I'm going to put this in the maybe until I find the Cocoa one and just see which one I want to keep. Alter Ego Temptress palette. This is a dupe for ABH Sultry palette. I did a review on that, so check it out on my channel. But yes, I'm actually going to keep this one because there was a point in time where Sultry was discontinued. It came back, but I love that palette so much that just having an alternative for it if something happens or if I want to travel with it, just like that idea. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that, and it's actually pretty good quality considered. All right, another Huda Beauty, the Lilac Pastels palette. So pretty. Definitely going to keep that. Perfect for spring. Mented Cosmetics is now, I believe, in Ulta. Used to be only online, so that's mainly why I kept this palette, because it was like the only thing I had from them. So I'm going to keep this, even though it's more warm toned. It is the only eyeshadow palette I own from that brand. So I'm going to keep that. Gosh, look at my hands. Whew. So dirty. Next we have another Midas Cosmetics. This is the Perception palette. It was really hard to figure out. Packaging is really cool. Figure out what I wanted to get online because I don't know, the pictures were so hard to like look and read. I'm gonna get rid of this one though. That's definitely not a color story. I mean, it's very bright and very like, but yeah, nothing I'm ever gonna wear. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. And again, they're out of business anyways, and I wasn't really all that impressed with their formula. So another Ofra palette, good to go. I know for sure I have that highlighter, so I'm not worried about that. It's okay, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get rid of that one. Just not an Ofra fan, sorry. I'm sure that's not popular opinion, but you know. This is another Black Moon Urban Myth palette. So it might be, maybe I'll keep this one because at least it has some variety. I get to check out some of their mattes plus some of their metallics. I don't know, but I'm going to put this in that, oops, upside down, put that in the possible pile, you know, maybe pile, whatever, and then decide. Iconic London, this is the Sunset to Sunrise palette. I can't remember why I got this, but I got one in BoxyCharm. Maybe this was one of them I got. I'm going to keep this in the maybe because I'm going to keep one of the palettes, but I just have to see which color story I like better. I don't need both of them or want both of them, but I'm going to keep it in the maybe until I find the other palette and compare them and see which one I want to keep. This is ZC, an indie brand as well. This is the British Museum palette. Looked really, really cute online, like the little insert's really cute, but I wasn't all that impressed with the formula. So I don't know. It was okay, but I don't know. I don't think it was anything special. So I'm going to keep this until I find it because I have a few of them. Until I find the other ones and figure out which one I want to keep. Again, just to have one from the brand. Then I'll decide which one I want to keep. But it's going in the maybe because I definitely don't want them all. Juvia's Place, the Walhalla palette. So, so pretty. Not one I obviously use very often, but these first two rows are definitely like my jam right there. So, so pretty. So I am going to keep that because I do like Juvia's Place. Probably going to keep most of their palettes. ABH Norvina. I do have all volume 1 through 4. So I am going to keep this just because it's just kind of a set that I have. I don't really care about the last one because it's very bright as well. But I do really like this formula. If you want pigmentation, I mean, you know, you have to be kind of like you're ready to work with pigmentation. But these are very, very pigmented. And this is volume 2. So, but I do have all, like the first 4 volumes. I don't have the 5th one because it was, again, just too like dark, like colorful for me. So, but yeah, so nice palette. ABH Amrezy palette. I'm definitely going to keep this. Again, I am keeping all my ABH palettes. A little bit darker color story, but it's pretty. We have Violet Voss, See You Later. This is cute. I think actually, this one, I think I did a look with this one. Either this one or one like it. Might have been the other one similar. But again, I do like Violet Voss, and I mean, I have some colorful, but like I do, you know, I can keep some colorful in here, so I'm going to keep that. I just think it's cute, so I'm going to keep that one. Give Me Glow. Let's see. Is there anything in it? Oh, yeah. I think this was the original. My experience with Give Me Glow, and let me know if any of you have experienced, I feel like they're pretty, really pretty, and they're huge pan sizes, so you'll never go through all these, and one of them broke, unfortunately, one of my favorite colors, but they're very powdery, and I feel like they disappear very quick. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they don't last. They're very pretty when you first put them on, but they don't last. So I was kind of disappointed in that, and I have so many indie brands. So what I'm probably going to do, I have a bunch of these singles, so I'm probably just going to put this in another area, go through my singles, and maybe keep a few of them just to have some from the brand. But I like the packaging though. I love these. I'm definitely keeping the, you know, K palette, hello, the Z palette or the empty palette once I'm done. But yeah, I'm going to keep this because I do want to go through and kind of like condense my collection of Give Me Glow because I wasn't that impressed with the formula. But yeah, so I will do that and put that in my maybe pile just so I can remember. We have, why did I just draw a blank? Alamar Cosmetics Spanglish palette. I'm like, what in the world? I have 3 of the Alamar Cosmetics palettes, so I'm going to keep this and keep the 3 that I have because I do like them. Another Midas Cosmetics, this is the Genesis palette. Again, just not real impressed with their formula, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. Again, plus the brand is gone, so. BH Cosmetics Lunar New Year. I did do a shorts video on this one. It's really, really pretty, but it's just honestly too many glitters in here and not a formula that I'm going to use much. I mean, the look I came up with is pretty, but a lot of these just aren't wearable. Like these colors here are just too bright, not ones I'm going to use. I'm not going to use those. I mean, literally there's like 5 shadows in here that I would actually use maybe. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that one. Another Give Me Glow, my singles. So again, I'm going to put that in with my maybe pile so I can go through those. All right, yes, I did kind of have a Morphe phase. I don't want to say I had a Morphe phase, but like when I was first really getting into makeup, it was the brand that I heard about that was affordable, good quality, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how I feel about that. But this is the 35F palette. I don't know what the F stands for, but it's pretty. So I might just keep one of the Morphe palettes just to have one. And this is actually one that has a really pretty color story, so I might keep this one. I'm going to put it in the maybe though, so I can decide which one of these I want to keep, but I'm not keeping all of them for sure. Another Morphe, this is the 35V. I think the ones I did keep were the ones that were like prettier. That one's pretty, but quite honestly, I'm probably not even going to use any of that row there. So I feel like if I'm going to keep any of them, I would keep that other one before I keep this one. So, but I'm still going to put in the maybe so I can like kind of put them all together and figure out. 35G Bronze Goals. I guess this is before they changed the packaging. Again, really pretty, but very warm toned. And I feel like if I'm going to reach for any of them, I'm going to reach for that first one that I showed just because it's more my vibe. So, but I'm still going to put that in the maybe so I can go through those, figure out. And then we have the Jaclyn Hill. I didn't know about Jaclyn Hill. I wasn't in the hype with the original palettes just because I wasn't really into makeup like that. So this is like the one after, like when she redid. I don't know. Anyways, but I think I bought this in like 2019 maybe. So I will keep this one, but I'm going to put it in my sentimental. I mean, not that I'm like in on her, but you know what I mean? It is just a big part of, you know, big part of makeup, whatever. And then these are just a bunch of single shadows. So I'm going to put that in my maybe just because I do need to go through some of these singles and really decide what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. But that packaging is actually really cool. It's like a tin. So I will keep the packaging once I'm done. Another ABH Norvina Volume 3 palette. This one's really nice for this time of year. Very vibrant, very pretty. But again, I am going to keep all of these, the Norvina ones that I have. I don't plan on really buying any more of the, you know, upcoming ones, unless the color story just really speaks to me. But this was a phase where I was in that collector's mode, so I paid for it. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, and just a heads up, all these I paid for. I've never received any PR, other than a couple of skincare stuff that I've already reviewed and told you about. So all of these were purchased with my own money. Received in a box, you know, subscription box of some sort, that kind of thing. So yeah. This is Melt Cosmetics Impulsive palette. I just thought this was really, really cool. I do have to be careful because one of the shadows, I think, did it? Oh no, I guess it didn't. Because it just looks, oh, I guess that's just the way it's supposed to look. But yeah, this I honestly just got for completing my makeup collection, you know, of Melt. So I am going to keep this. Don't plan on wearing it, but I'm going to keep it with my nostalgia, you know, whatever stuff. All right, I'm going to pull some of this stuff forward. So I think this might be part one of however many parts I have because this is a lot to go through. So I think we'll end it here for this part, but there's probably going to be multiple parts because I have a big collection. So this is Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag. It's the original. I didn't get the second one. I like Lunar Beauty. It's just not a brand that I really like, you know, that I look out for, that I'm like, oh wait, what's the next collab? What's the next, you know, collection coming out. So I am going to keep it just because I don't have a whole, I guess I have a few from Lunar Beauty, but I do like it. I mean, other than this section, I'm really not going to wear, but this whole first part, really pretty. I definitely would wear it. So I'm going to keep that. All right, we got some Makeup Revolution Beauty, whatever it's called now. This is the Tuxedo palette. I don't know what it was, but there was one palette I picked up like this that was really, really pretty. So I ended up like getting a whole bunch of other ones like it. I mean, it's okay, but I have better palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. I'll show you the one eventually that I am going to keep. All right, got the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Don't really wear it. Haven't worn it in a long time, but I am going to keep it. Again, it's just kind of that nostalgia, so I think I'm going to put it in the nostalgia pile. But all the Urban Decay ones like this I am going to keep, just a heads up. Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was the one that came out, I think it was last fall, Primrose. It's pretty. It's not one of my favorite ABH palettes, but again, I am going to keep on my ABH, so yeah. So it's pretty enough. Oh, this is one I did a look with, Violet Voss Flamingo palette. This is so cute. And I did a look with this one with, I think, the blues and pinks. But it was really, really pretty. So I'm going to keep this one. I just like it. I think it's really cute. Just a fun little summer palette. So another Gimme Glow. I'm sure it's more singles. Yep. So I'm going to put that in my maybe so I can go through those. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like when I get into it, I'm like all out, like crazy into it, and I start getting everything, and then they have a sale and I'm like, oh, I gotta get more. Yeah, it's a problem. Anyways, Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions, just such a cute little palette. And again, I'm going to keep my Huda Beauty, so I'm going to keep that one. This was another I bought for nostalgia, Hocus Pocus from ColourPop. Actually, I think I did use it, make a look, but I kept it in the packaging because it's really cute. But yeah, so it's a cute little palette. Not really what I'm going to wear much. So I'll probably just keep this in with the nostalgia stuff too. So it's not really like taking up my collection room, you know what I mean, space, whatever. The stuff I'm really going to wear. I have this Steve Laurent palette that I got, I'm sure in some kind of boxy something, but it's called Wild Thing. It's actually a cute little palette. I do like these little small, like, you know, on the go palettes. So it's the only one I have from that brand. So I'm going to keep that one. Real Her. I like the meaning, or like, you know, the message behind this brand. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. It is Do Your Squats palette. Actually really cute. I like these tones. These satins are actually really nice. I did a look with it. It was really, really pretty. So I'm going to keep that. I think this is just an empty. Yeah. Oops. That wasn't supposed to be in here. More Gimme Glow. Yeah. So I'm going to go through those. Lorac Pro palette. This is the palette 2. Again, I'm going to keep these for sentimental. I really do like Lorac. I have the more recent ones that I like. I didn't buy the most recent because it didn't get as good of reviews. But I have the ones from like last year that I really like, and the Fairy Tale Forest something like that. But anyways, I'm going to keep this, just keep it in the sentimental because I don't wear it. Naked Honey. I never really got into this palette again, I think just because it's so warm. So I bought it but didn't really use it. Yeah, so not really my tones. I'm more, like I said, into more like neutral to slightly leaning warm or slightly leaning cool. That's like my sweet spot. So I'm going to keep it, but I don't really use it. So Gimme Glow Vintage Rose. Really, really pretty palette. But again, just not all that impressed with the formula. So I think I'm going to declutter this. All right, another Revolution Beauty palette. This is the Passion Luxe. Now again, like I said, I bought that one palette, really, really liked it. Just started buying a whole bunch of other ones. But honestly, I really only need the one palette, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. Didn't even use it, so I'll probably pass it on to somebody. Sell, I don't know. I can't sell it because it's not worth anything, but probably pass it on to somebody. Another KKW. I think this is one I got. It was on sale. Crystallized palette. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe and just decide, because again, the KKW, I think I'm going to do that with the other one too, because I don't want to keep all of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to do KKW, the other one, into my maybe and decide which one of those I want to keep, just to have something from the brand, but I definitely don't want all of them. KKW, this is definitely one I got on sale. It is the Camo palette, which actually is really pretty. I think if I keep any of them, I will keep this one because I love these muted colors. Actually, you know what? This kind of reminds me of the new ABH Nuovo palette. Okay. I think I'm going to keep that one and maybe compare it to the Nuovo ABH and see what I think. This one is another Gimme Glow Christmas Morning palette. I think this is really, really cute. This might be one I actually keep just because I love Christmas, favorite time of year. But yeah, so just because of that, and it's kind of cute little packaging, I might keep that one in my nostalgia palette, my sentimental palette. Another Gimme Glow Juicy Olive palette. All greens. Again, if the formula were better, I'd be like, oh yeah, but like it's just not that great, so I'm going to declutter that one. Gemini, the original Gemini palette. So pretty. Already told you I'm not going to be decluttering any of these, so definitely keeping that, but it's definitely that more grungy, deep colors, but really, really pretty. Another melt, She's in Parties. I actually did a review of this when I first started my channel, comparing this to Urban Decay Ultraviolet, so check that out. But it's really, really pretty. Really pretty. I love the formula. So it's definitely pigmented though, so you have to be prepared for that. Let's see. Oh, that's a face palette. Nope. That's face palette too. Oops. All right. Zoeva, the Cocoa Blend palette. I think this is the one I was talking about. I think I'm going to keep this one. I might keep the caramel one, but I'm definitely going to keep this one. But I'm going to keep it in the maybe so that I can do my comparison, decide which one of those I'm going to keep. Fenty Beauty, those are those little stacks that she came out with. I like the concept of being able to like snap them together. I have 1 True Neutrals and 3 Deep Neutrals. Imagine that, all neutrals. Formula wasn't great, but I don't have a lot of Fenty Beauty. I kind of like Fenty for me. I go for like face products, lip products are my things. I'm not crazy about the eyeshadow. I never even bought that other palette she came out with. So I am going to keep these just because that's really about all I have from Fenty, but I don't plan on buying any more Fenty eye products. I'll buy the other products like I said, but Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsession palette, cute, definitely more warm toned. Probably more warm than I would really want to use, but I'm going to keep it again just because I'm keeping Huda. Sorry, I'm trying to group these all together, do those in a minute because I have quite a few. Alright, another Gimme Glow again. When I get into a brand, I go crazy. It's a Summer Vibes palette. This one actually is really pretty. So again, I'm going to put this in the maybe pile, decide which of all these I want to keep, and go from there. Buxom Ash K Home palette. This is okay. It was a little bit better than I expected it to be, but not like superb. So it's the only Buxom palette I think I have, so I'm going to keep that just because of that. But I mean, it's not a formula I would reach for first. I have 1 Sam Marcel palette. I don't even know if this brand's even still around. I think I got this maybe in a boxy charm as well, but it's actually a really pretty palette. And it just looks luxe. Like it doesn't, I mean, it's just plastic, but just the way the shadows, it reminds me of like a NARS palette or something. So I'm going to keep that because that's my only palette from that brand, the only one I even know of. Another Lorac Pro palette. This is just this eyeshadow palette. I don't know which one this is. Anyways, I'm going to keep that, keep it in my sentimental. I don't really wear those anymore, but like, I just like having them. Another Revolution Beauty Vortex palette. Definitely getting rid of that one. Not even a color story I would reach for. It must have been really, really on sale when I got it. I don't know. Alter Ego Artemis palette. This is a dupe for Natasha Denona's Metropolis palette. I'm going to keep this. I did a comparison of the two. And again, it's just a really, really pretty palette. And if I want, if I do want like something like this, but don't want to take that big palette with me or don't want to damage my Natasha Denona, I have this to go to. So I'm going to keep that. I have Nabla Dreamy 2 palette. Nabla's okay. It's just not one of my favorite brands. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like get excited when I see releases from them. I don't know what to say, but it is okay. I will keep it though because I don't have a lot of Nabla, so we'll keep that. Melt, the Blueprint palette. It's pretty. Again, not one I'm going to wear a whole lot. I think I did make a look with the lighter shades, of course, that the neutral brown shades, of course. But I'm going to keep it because again, I'm keeping Melt, but not one of my favorite of those palettes. Another Melt Smoke Sessions palette. Again, this section is really, really pretty. Ones that I would wear. This one not so much, but that color there is actually really, really pretty. So again, I'm going to keep it because it's Melt. Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. This one actually surprised me. I don't know, I got it and I wore like this color, and this color you can see where I have the dip in it, the neutrals, and I really, oh sorry, I think I'm out of, but yeah, I made a look with this palette using these two shimmer satin shades, maybe they are, I don't know, and then like the neutrals here. I might have even used a green, but it was really, really pretty. I might have even used a purple, but anyways, it was a really pretty look and I really liked it. So, and I don't have a whole lot from Dominique Cosmetics. I think I did get some recently, but so I'm going to keep that one. I do like it. And Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2, again, just my color story, and I do like the formulas, so I'm going to keep that one. Another Juvia's Place, we have the Walhalla 2 So I am going to keep that one. I like the one better, but I am going to keep it just so I have both. We have Melt Cosmetics, the Amor y Mariposas palette, I think is how you say it. I don't know. So pretty though. I mean, look at that packaging. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So not a color story I'm really going to gravitate to necessarily, but it's so, so pretty. Oh my gosh. So, and I got the face palette with this one when I got it too. It's so, so pretty, but it's so like luxe and heavy, and even the like inside of this has like a velvet lining. Oh, so pretty. So I kept the box because they're so pretty. So that one I'm definitely keeping. You couldn't tell. And then some of these Marc Jacobs. I'm probably going to put most of these in the maybe because I really do need to go through and decide which ones of these I want to keep. This one is the Terrific palette. Colors are probably more of the ones that I would wear, but again, I have similar, so I'm going to just see which ones of these like really like catch my attention the most. So that's going to go in the maybe palette as well as the rest of these. I have the Editorial. And again, I think I went crazy too when I saw that Marc Jacobs was going out of business, so I bought a lot of their palettes. This one's not one of my favorite color stories, so I probably will, if any of them, declutter that one. Stiletto, this is one of my favorites. I do like this color story because it's that like cool toned. So pretty. Yes, I'm definitely keeping that one. I'm still going to put in that maybe though, so I can like go through and... This one's Scandalust. Again, a maybe... I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know. There is one of these that I'll show you. Oh, it might not be in this pile. It might be in my other part of my collection. But we have the Glambition. This looks like a nice neutral one I'll probably keep. Yeah, it looks like just a nice everyday one, so I'll most likely keep that one. But again, still going to go in the maybe. I have the Fantasine palette. But again, that's where I want to kind of go through because this is kind of a lighter version of the other ones. I don't obviously need all of them, so... Going to see which ones I want to keep. And then Provocateur, which is like a deeper, like purplish. That's actually really pretty. I might keep that one. All right, so I think that is it. I think that concludes part 1. I guess I could do a tally here and tell you what I'm keeping and not. But yeah, we'll see. Because again, I'm going to do multiple parts, so I might just end it here. And then as we keep going, tell you the tally at the very, very end. So stay tuned and you will get to see the rest of my collection. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye. Bye. Okay, so I figured I decided to go ahead and give you a tally for what I've got so far. So we have, this here is the keep pile. There's 75 in there. We have the maybe pile there. Maybe pile's there. There's 16. The definite declutter is here, and we've got 29. And then the sentimental, we have 23. And again, that's so far. So these are going to change because once I do more, these are going to either go to declutter or keep. But that's where we are so far. So yes, so that's what I have for you today. Thanks for hanging in there. Let me know your thoughts on any of these palettes. I have so many that I have to be a little bit more, not really cutthroat, but a little more particular. So yeah, so otherwise, have a wonderful day. I do hope to see you in my next video. And again, this is part 1 of many because I have lots of eyeshadow palettes, so stay tuned. All right, have a great day. See you later. Bye.